Should we start?
Yeah, just setting the live Zoom. Let me just 1 second. Oh yeah, it's ready now. Yes, we can start, Samani.
Okay.
And then you can also start on cloud as well. Okay, just to start recording.
Okay, we'll do that.
Good evening to everybody. Today we will start our discussion by talking on the concept of mind. We know that there are so many elements which are playing crucial role in making our overall personality or existence. So mind is one of them, and human mind is very powerful to do something which is impossible even. So here we can see that mind is functioning, and in meditation especially we try to concentrate our mind. How much concentration we have, we can experience the truth of meditation according to that. So concentration is the main concern of meditational practices, and for that it is necessary for us to understand the mind, how it functions and how it can be controlled. So we know that mind has three main functions: thinking, memory, and imagination. So planning is also the part of our imagination, whatever we are thinking about our future and planning for that. So that is also the part of imagination, or you can say planning separately. So all these are the main functions of our mind, and we are always engaged in some or other functions. Here we know mostly people think about their main concerns of their life, but most of the times they think about the past memories, or they think about the futuristic plannings. Sometimes they are having some kind of future feeling of insecurity and all these different types of fears, and because of that they get depression, frustration, all these psychological problems and issues. So it is because we are using our mind more about unnecessary things, unnecessary uh, emotions, or psychological factors which are not having very crucial role in making our future, but we are involved in them, and we are getting such kind of problems. So mind, in meditation it is suggested that we have to be more and more in the present, because present is only the productive moment for our life. Whatever we want to do and achieve, that is possible in the present moment only. If we are losing the present moment, then we can plan so much for future so many times, but they would not be achieved until we are focused in the present moment. So here the main function of mind should be to focus on present rather than on past and future. They to think about, to learn something from the past, or to get some knowledge which we have got in our past experiences, then we can think about that. but unnecessary thoughts, unnecessary incidents which have already happened and has no meaning to think about them, we have to avoid them. Similarly, those things which are troubling regarding the future, we should also try to avoid them. We have to be focused on our present work, how we can be best in our present performance, present work, and present planning. That will make your future better rather than thinking unnecessary thing about the future and the past. So mind is constantly working on some or other things, whether they are thinking or memory or futuristic planning, and it is always engaged. And this is also said that it is the nature of the mind to think about something. If you are giving something productive, it will be focused on that. If you are not giving any productive thing to think about, then it will start thinking about the past or future or unnecessary things. So meditation is supposed to control the unnecessary cheating of a mind or distraction of mind, and to make it more focused in the present. So there are certain traditions which are very much emphatic on the mind, especially in the Buddhist meditation. You will see that all the troubles, the main cause of all troubles of our life is our mind. So we have to be focused on our mind, how it can be stable, how it can be concentrated, how it can be focused, and how it can be free from all malices, negativities. So that is the main concern of our Buddhist practices which are going on at present, and the spiritual goal is already there. So now we would see that what is good for us, how we should use our mind. So as I have said that there are two things, time and space. And in time we have three phases: future, past, and present. Similarly, space means it may be the workplace, it may be the place where we are not in present moment, or in other thoughts. We are, if we are thinking about unnecessary things, then our mind is also elsewhere. So all these three things we have to understand under the space. If our mind is in the present and at our workplace, where we are in the present moment or present time, then our thinking and our working may bring 100% benefit, or it can give 100% results of our work. But instead of the present and being in the present moment and present working place, if we are thinking about the future or past, or our mind is wandering here and there, then we are wasting our 80% of energy and hardly getting the benefit of 20% benefits of our workings. So it is necessary that our mind should be completely focused in the present moment and also in the present work or present place wherever we are working, whether we are working at home, whether we are working at in our hospital, or whether we are working somewhere wherever we are working. So if our mind is focused on these things, then we can get 100% benefit or 80% benefit of our working and doing anything in the life. Now we would see there are three kinds of mind according to Freud or psychologist, but here I have mentioned only two: the conscious mind and subconscious mind. Unconscious mind we will talk about in the context of karmic body. So here there are two minds: conscious mind and subconscious mind. After waking up in the early in the morning or in the morning and till we go to bed, we are using conscious mind. Whatever we are thinking, planning, doing anything, going or coming or performing any act. So our conscious mind is always involved in daytime, whenever in waking state. But when we are sleeping or meditating or contemplating, at that time our subconscious mind becomes active. And it is said that the conscious mind is hardly 10% of our what we say, our capacity, but the subconscious mind is having a 90% power or controlling in us. So how we can use the 90% power of our subconscious mind? It has enormous power to implement what we want, what we desire, or what we want to be, or what we want to achieve in our life. So this subconscious mind is very, very powerful, and it is said that it accepts everything what we say, and it creates according to our belief systems. So it brings changes according to our own willpower. How much strong we will we have, according to that it works. So this mind is very, very powerful in comparison to the conscious mind. If we can use the power of subconscious mind, then it can bring a big difference in our life. It makes no judgment and always says yes. Okay, so if you are thinking something wrong, then also it is accepting, and if you are thinking something right, then it is also accepting. It doesn't know to say no. So there is no such word in the dictionary of the subconscious mind. It means whatever you want, it can work accordingly. If you are thinking something wrong, then it also works according to that and affects our life adversely. So we have to use this power of a subconscious mind, that how we can put more and more positive affirmations in it, and can work according to that. It has the answers to all problems. So we also know that when we in daytime, in waking state, if we have some problem and issues, but we are not able to find out any right solution, then what happens? Some people go into solitude place or solitary place and sit without thinking anything. Automatically our subconscious mind starts working on our problem, and it gives a very good solution to our problem. So most of the times, sometimes the scientists also do this kind of thing. Whenever they have some problem or difficulty in their research, and they are not able to find out the proper solution, then they sit or they sleep or go into rest, and after they get automatically a solution from within. So it happens. And the spiritual people, the yogis, meditators, or those people who have the intuitive power, they are using the power of subconscious mind. They are getting solutions from their own, from their within. So they are not looking for a solution from outside. They are not consulting with anybody, but they are getting their solutions from their own uh, existence, or you can say from the subconscious mind. So they mostly sit in the peaceful place for a few minutes, or you can go for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whenever you think, and or you can go into sleep or take rest or do kayotser. You will see that the solution is coming from within. So this subconscious mind has potential to give solution to our each and every problem, and that would be the better solution for us in comparison to the to consulting the person for our some other person for our problems. So this is we have to see that how subconscious mind can be more activated for bringing changes in our life, in our habits, or for setting some higher goals and for achieving those goals. There are so many types of thought processes. So we can think something negative, we can think something necessary, we can think something unnecessary, and we can also think something positive. So we know all these things, how we can avoid the negative, unnecessary things, and how we can be focused on necessary and positive things, which make our life better, happier, and also productive and creative, and also helps to achieve something higher in the life. Now we would see that the fifth very important factor of our personality or our existence is emotion. And emotional purification is the main concern of all religious or spiritual practices. So the records of the interaction of learned and unlearned instincts are developed at the emotional level. So we have started our discussion about the existence with some innate or some learned or unlearned instincts. So here we can see that these instincts are the products or you can say co-product of this emotional state. And because of the emotions, we have different types of emotions: jealousy, frustration, sadness, shame, fear, grief, guilty consciousness, or depression, despair, envy, doubt. So all these different negative emotions, they are emerging because of this emotional state, or emotional layer, which is also recognized as the co-product of our leshas. So we will talk about that. But here, emotional purification is required to control these different negative emotions. So changing in one's behavior is an essential part of bringing one's life in balance. So here, for for controlling the emotions or for purifying emotions, it is required that we have to bring some changes in our day-to-day behavior, in our language, in our habits, and also if we have some kind of negative emotions, then we must have some control on them. We think something positive or opposite to that kind of a negative emotion, and then it automatically gets controlled, and our behavior will not be so rough or tough. Because of that, other people don't like us to come or to interact with us. So here, emotional purification, for emotional purification, it is required that our behavior, our language, our habits, and should also be changed, and thereby we can control our emotions too. And there are certain emotions which are not easily removed. For that, it is suggested that we should practice anti emotions. For example, if we have jealousy, then we should think about how we can be more appreciating. We appreciations for others' qualities. So if that kind of emotions we can generate in us, then we can control the emotion of jealousy. If we have ego, then we have to practice humbleness or humility or politeness. That is also a good emotion. But if we are practicing that emotion, and then we can be able to control our ego. Similarly, if we have some anger, so we have to be very much tolerant, and at the same time we have to be very much uh, friendly to other living human fellow beings, and we should learn to forgive the other people. So that kind of tendencies, if we develop in us, automatically these negative emotions or aggressive emotions, they will be subsided. So in this way, there are contemplative meditations for that, especially. We say that Maitri ki Anupreksha, so contemplation of friendliness, contemplation of humility, contemplation of simplicity. So all these different contemplations help us to come out of these negative emotions. So emotions are also playing crucial role in making our personality good and bad, or aggressive or peaceful. So we have to think about that, and for that we have already learned about colorful meditation. So the colors also help us to control our emotions, our secretion of our endocrine glands, which are secreting such kind of hormones. Due to that, we are becoming more aggressive whenever such emotions emerge in us. And there is perception of breathing also to control the emotions, aggressive emotions. Whenever we feel such emotions, if we take long and deep breath in that moment, automatically emotions get subsided. So in this way, emotional purification can be developed to change our life. And emotions are being generated because of our internal states, which are known as leshas. So psychic colors deeper than emotional level. So emotions are the byproduct of these leshas, and leshas represents the colorful state of our consciousness. Color means the how much anger or deceit or ego or any such kind of emotions or passions are what we say are involved in with our consciousness. So that are making our consciousness colored, and because of that these leshas or these kind of emotions are generating in us. So lesha is an expression of the transformation of the soul based on the mental, vocal and physical activities. It is an electromagnetic field where emotions get colored. So yes, Lesha is connected with both emotions and our actions. If we are performing right action, it will change the color of our consciousness. And if our consciousness is colored, then it will also bring change according to that in our mind, mental and physical, what we say, and vocal activities. So Lesha plays roles in both the ways. It also brings the impressions or instructions of the karmic body and to the physical body, and whatever is being implemented or actions are being done at physical level, and it is also taking the impression of those actions to our consciousness. So it is working like the feedback paddhati, feedback system method, and playing both roles in both the ways. But yes, now we have learned that how we can change the colors of our consciousness by focusing on bright good colors. So colors can help us to come out of these internal psychical negative states. We have already seen that how these leshas are coming into play. In the center there is soul, outside the soul there is circle of karmic body, and as soon as the psychical it means the impression or vibrations of soul come out, it has to pass through the karmic body. And as soon as it passes through karmic body, it creates a circle of primal drives, which is known as a devasai in technical term. So here we are perceiving that the consciousness is mixed with the patience, which are being generated by the karmic body. And now the patients are, sometimes the patients are overtaking the conscious power, or sometimes the consciousness is overtaking the power of karmic body. So when we are going into meditation or any spiritual practices, at that time we are overtaking the power of karmic body. It means that the consciousness, the pure soul is um, working in that moments, and the karmic body gets subsided, or it becomes effective in those moments. So this is the layer, and after these impressions, when they passes through Tejas body, that is the bioelectrical body, the vital circle is representing the what we say bioelectrical body. So when the vibrations of our soul mixing with the karmic impression passes through this body especially, then it creates another circle which is known as leshyas. It means in that circle we can see, or in that level we can see that how much patience or emotions are involved with our consciousness. So the level we can measure from there, and these measurements are recognized as 6 leshyas. Whether our consciousness is pure without being affected by the patience, or whether it is involved with some patience. So according to that, we have 6 types of states of our consciousness, which are recognized as 6 leshyas. And when these vibrations come to the physical level, physical body, then they activate first of all our endocrine glands and our nervous system, and according to the hormones, so the body works. And also according to our own controlling power, how much our conscious mind is capable to control our emotions, or how much it is getting affected by that. So accordingly we take action at mental and physical and emotional level, vocal level. Now, this is the karma. This is the very important factor. We know that our consciousness, our soul is pure in itself. It is very divine. It is having immense power, or abundance of wisdom and many mystical powers. Instead of that, it is not able to work. Why? It is because it is covered by the karmic body. So the karmic body is hindering the spiritual inner powers, divine powers. And what is karma? So it is said, Atma pravritya krista tat prayogya pudgala karma. It means whenever somebody is taking any action, whether it is mental action, physical action, or verbal action, by that action, he is attracting the subtle karmic dust which is in the environment. And those karmic dust, when they come in the contact of any living being or any soul, then they convert into the karmic particles. So the material particles, the material particles attracted through good and bad activities of the soul are known as karma. So that's why they are known as karma. The very name karma indicates that it is being attracted by our own activities. So activities are also called karma, and the karmic particles which are getting attracted by our activities, they are also named as karma. So this karmic particles, it is only Jain philosophy which talks about karmas as psychophysical force. Otherwise, most of the philosophical systems, whether it is Buddhism or Hinduism or Sikhism or any other, they mostly understand karma as a psychological factor or impressions. But they don't know about the physical form of the karmic particles. But Jainism has gone very deep into the study of the karmic particles and how they affect our consciousness, at which level they affect, how we can control the power of karmas. So whole discussions are given in the Jain agams and all different literature, vast literature. So we know that karmas are subtlemost molecules. Okay, the karmic particles in the environment, they may be in the atomic form, but when they get attracted by the soul activity, then they are always in the form of molecules. And in the molecule we find almost infinite number of such karmic particles in those molecules. So it is said that the karmas are the molecules, and they are the subtlemost molecules. They are not easily visible to our senses. And the what we say, the karmas are non-conscious. It means that they have no consciousness. They are material particles, devoid of consciousness or knowledge. So whatever we are doing, they are working, affecting according to our own action, according to our own intention. And they are also known as these karmic particles are being attached to some body, and that body is karma body, as we have already discussed about that karmic body. So they possess this body, or whenever the karmic particles want to come into action, they need some physical body to come into action. So that's why we are getting this physical body due to our karmas. In these karmic particles occupies a space very fine. They are very fine particles, smallest particles in the universe, you can say. We cannot see them through our senses, physical senses, or we cannot verify them even through some instruments. Might be in future we would get such kind of instruments, so that we could see the such invisible subtle particles, but right now we are not in that condition. Entire universe is filled with such kind of karmic particles, and that's why wherever the living beings are, and they are always found in the entire universe, and they are getting karmic particles at every moment. So how they are getting if the particles are not available nearby? So it is said that the karmic particles are spread throughout the cosmic universe, and wherever the living beings are there, they are attracting those karmic particles by their own actions. So in meditation, what we do, we try to stop our action. If as much as we stop our action, we also stop the attraction of the karmic particles. We also stop the bondage of karmic particles. And this is the reason why it is said that the Kayosarg, the practice of relaxation, is the first step of spiritual progress, and also it is the last step. It can make soul free from all the karmic packages, because in that state we stop all our activities. And if we stop our activities and all the voluntary and involuntary activities, we can be free from the karmic baggages forever within few moments. We don't need even the minutes or seconds. So here you can see this since in meditation state, we try to minimize the activities of our body, especially the voluntary activities which are causing more harm to us, and involuntary activities they can continue according to the need of their body system. Every karmic particle has four fundamental qualities: touch, taste, smell, and color. So it is not that our body is having color, but these karmic particles are also having colors. They are also having a smell, taste, and touch. So and that's why in Lesha we find such colors, because these karmic effect when involves with the consciousness, then our consciousness becomes colored due to these karmic particles. So because they are having the colors in them. And now we will see that process. There are certain reasons why we are getting all these karmic baggages, because we are always involved in some or other activities, whether it is physical, mental, or verbal. We are not sitting without doing anything. We cannot sit even for a single moment. So that's why we are always attracting karmic particles from the environment. It is said that every moment we are getting these karmic packages. And whenever we are involved in some kind of aggressive emotions, there are four main emotions: anger, ego, and greed, and deceit. So they are creating more karmic bondage, and we are suffering from their results. They are making the karmic bondage very durable, also very harmful in their results. So four factors deciding during the bondage of the karmas. So there are four stages, four, you can say four states of bonding of karmas. So the first is called Prakriti Bandh, then Pradesh Bandh, Sthiti Bandh, and Anubhag Bandh. It means Prakriti Bandh means what type of karmas we are attracting from the environment, or whatever karmic particles are being attracted, how they will work, how they will affect our life. So that is decided at the time of bonding the karma. And pradesh band, it means the quantity is also fixed, the how many karmic particles we are attracting. There are infinite number of karmic particles in the environment, but we are not attracting all those particles or all those quantity, but just we are attracting according to our intention or mode of action. Sthiti band, that is duration. So whenever we are bonding or any kind of karmic particles, there is certain duration of that karmic bondage with us, whether it will continue for some years or some lives after it gets separated. Anubhag, it means how what kind of effects we would get from these karmic baggages or karmic particles. So Anubhag, the intensity of the what we say effect of the karmas is also determined at the time of bonding of the karmas. So first two factors depend on the intensity of our activity, and where last two factors depend on the intensity of our instincts. So we have to see that what kind of actions we are taking and with what intention we are taking any action. That decides that what kind of karmic particles we will get from the environment and how they will affect our life. So all mundane souls possess 8 types of karmas. It is said, so there are 8 types of karmas, though these 8 are also having so many subcategories. So there are 142 types of karmas in total, or maybe with some more. So just here, the main categories are recognized as 8 types of karmic particles. So the first one is called Jnana Varni. It means the knowledge obscuring karmas. We have unlimited power in us to know anything and everything, but that power is not working right now because of the karmic well, which is recognized as Jnanavarni. Darshanavarni, it means that we can perceive anything and everything, whatever is in the universe, in any corner of the universe, whatever distant planet may be, we can see that even with closed eyes, but that power is right now not working. It is because of the Darshanavani karma. Vedani karma, whatever pain and pleasure we feel in our life, so it is because of the Vedani karma. Mohani karma, because of Mohani karma, we have so many emotions, all different emotions, negative and aggressive emotions. They are being generated by this particular karma, that is Mohani karma. And if we have some wrong attitude or we are not what we say righteous in deciding anything, so that is being affected by this particular mohani karma. So our attitude and our conduct both are vitiated, especially by this diluting karma. Aishya karma determines our life span. Nam karma, it makes our body, what kind of body we would have, what color we would have, and what kind of features of body we would have, all are being determined by this particular karma. Gotra karma determines our status in the society, whether we will be in lower class or higher class or middle class, what kind of reputation we would have in our life. Instead of making so much effort or being honest in, but if we are not getting any higher or good position in the or status in the society, it is because of the lower gotra karma. So an antaraya karma is creating obstacles in our life. Sometimes we are making very genuine effort, honest efforts. Instead of that, we are not getting success in that proportion. So it is because of antaraya karma, or sometimes we are very close to uh, get a success in our work or in our effort, but all of a sudden some obstacle comes in between and we are not able to achieve that success, or we are not able to get the proper results of our action. So it is because of the antarai karma. So these are the 8 karmas. They are affecting our life and creating all the hazards or all different kind of psychophysical conditions in our life. 4 destructive, so there are 4 among the 8 karmas. 4 are main karmas. They are more harmful, and that's why they are recognized as ghati karma. They are very destructive. It means they are affecting the inner powers of soul. So they are mostly directly affecting the soul powers, and that's why they are known as ghati karma. So among ghati, Jnanavarniya, Darshanavarniya, Mohani, and Antarai, these 4 karmas are mm, considered or recognized, and we make effort especially for destroying these 4 main karmas by our own spiritual practices. So, and meditation is meant for that also. The main purpose of meditation is to destroy our karmas, and especially these ghati karmas, and overall all the 8 karmas. There are 4 more non-destructive karmas, and they are known as aghati karma, and they affect the body, or you can say social or psychophysical status or conditions. So these karmas are also sometimes very big create very big problem in our life if they are not positive one. So how we can eliminate these karmas also, how we can bring changes in these karmas also, and for that also we practice some meditation and contemplations. Now the last one is very, very important factor of our existence, and which is the central most or core element of our existence, without which nothing other will work. So it is consciousness, or you can say soul. Nowadays people talk about more consciousness. They understand soul in the sense of consciousness. That's why the word is given here. But the soul is the main thing. Consciousness is the power of soul, and consciousness means abundance of wisdom. You have an infinite power of knowing all different knowledge which we see in our world. They all are coming out of this consciousness. Someone is thinking about that or working on that or doing some experiment or research, and out of that they are creating such knowledge, and we are working according to that. So consciousness has an unlimited power to create new knowledge all the times. It is always in the knowing state. It always explores, knows whatever is going on in its surrounding or anywhere. So consciousness has immense power. Every single ray is known as chitta. But here we can see that the soul power is, we have unlimited power of knowing or thinking or perceiving. Instead of that, it is not working in its fullest form. Whatever is working and what proportion it is able to work, and that is called chitta or psyche. So psyche or chitta is not a separate entity. It is one of the rays of our higher consciousness, which is working at the level of our physical existence. So this is called a psyche, and that's why in praksha meditation it is said that we are practicing meditation for the purification of our psyche. It means we are uh, looking for the purification of our inner self, inner consciousness, which is working at the physical level. So the soul is endowed with 8 qualities, including pure and perfect knowledge, pure and perfect intuition, infinite energy, total bliss, or absence of pleasure and pain, freedom from transmigration, total formlessness, and total parity with other souls. So in this way, the soul is having all the 8 main qualities, and there are so many qualities in the soul, but these are the main qualities. All other are the you can see sub powers of all these 8 qualities. So soul is pure and divine, having all these main qualities, and we want to realize all these qualities through the meditational practices. All the Indian traditions, whether Hindu or Buddhist or Jain, all are approaching to develop all these inner powers and potentials. They are looking for realizing all these main powers of our own existence. So now we have understood how our existence is built, which are the intermediary layers of our existence. The pure element is our own inner higher consciousness or soul. That is the main element, central part of our existence, or core element of our existence. But around it, there is karmic body, there is the field of primal drives, then there is Tejas bioelectrical body, then we find the layer of Leshyas, where we find that how our consciousness is getting affected by the patients and what kind of colors or changes it has. And then those karmic impression, those Leshyas, when they appear at physical level, then they activate our endocrine system and also our mind or psyche to take action at physical, mental and verbal level, and thereby attract the new karmic packages. So in this way we have understood that how our existence is being created by these two main elements, which is soul and matter. And among the matter we have karmic body, we have bioelectrical body, we have physical body, and these bodies have their own functions, their own structures and their own elements, and they are how they are also working from within to create different types of emotions, actions and attitude and behavior in us, and how we can address them by practicing these different meditations which have been introduced in Praksha meditation system by different names and different processes. So they are not just to name differently, but they are addressing different issues of our existence, and that's why they are given that kind of names. So hope you have understood what kind of philosophy is working behind all these practices of Praksha meditation techniques. So if somebody has any question, they are able to ask.